And we're back.
Welcome back to the Jrod and Cox show.
Hey everybody, it's us again. We missed ya. So what are we gonna? We were talking about the fact. First of all, hey everybody, we're excited to be back.
We're missing one of our core members.
We're missing Porch Boy. Where is Porch Boy? I wish this was a game and he was gonna show up. This is some heartbreaking news, actually. So everybody that does know or doesn't know, I'm gonna remind everybody. He was my son. He is my son. He called Frankie Uncle Frank, even though we're not brothers, but that's what family is, his love.
No, you son of a gun, we are brothers.
Yeah, that's right. And he unfortunately had, I don't want to say unfortunately, so I'm looking at this as from a dad's point of view.
Your angle, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm brokenhearted over the situation, so some words might come out of my mouth that don't make sense.
That's the majority of what
But I'm very proud of him, and he's doing great things, but...
So what is he doing?
He moved. Anybody that follows the show, they probably saw some of the photos that the Preeminent Radio posted, that we've posted. Huge kudos, first generation college grad. Porch Boy, if you're listening. First person in our family to graduate from college. The Georgia State, good school. He majored in managerial science. He got picked up by Amazon. He is an HR manager for them out in Tampa, Florida.
Killing it.
That means he moved to Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, unfortunately, and just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah.
I
mean, Jrod might cry tonight. It's very likely that we're going to see some tears here in a few minutes.
Shut up, man. So, it's super duper fresh. But this means what?
We are now just a duet, not a trio.
It is true, the Jrod and Cox show without Porch Boy.
I mean, he's on our poster. He's been on our previous shows. And honestly, from the poster, he's always going to be on there.
Yeah, he will be joining us whenever he can.
Yeah, whether it's remotely, if we do a call-in, or we decide to go to Tampa, hang out with him, and we do a show with him down there. I mean, he is one of the founding members of what we do.
Yeah, he brought a lot to the table.
And I feel like we suffer without him.
Well, now he's not gonna. Well, now he's not gonna be here anymore.
Unfortunately.
So you guys, that's that.
Yeah, we're gonna miss him. We're definitely gonna miss him.
So the question that we've talked about this, are we going to bring another member? Are we going to bring a new third wheel to the Jrod and Cox?
Ooh, that is a tough question. We've actually had a handful of people ask us that. But it's hard to find someone that really fits in with us because we're just a couple of kooky guys. We don't know what the hell we're doing when we're doing it. I think everything's just kind of off the rip, and if we could find someone to fit in with us, then they should probably be in the psych ward anyways.
But with that being brought out,
we got to start interviewing at psych wards, is what you're saying.
Yeah, we're definitely going to... There's going to be some shows where you might see a third member, and if you don't see him again...
There's a reason for it.
We didn't write their phone number down. We didn't like them very much.
And if that's what we tell them, please back us up.
So what is one of your favorite memories of Porch Boy being on the show?
On the show?
Yeah, I'm going to throw one at you there.
That's not very fair, because the past few shows we've done have been from your house, and it's been heavily influenced by some, frosty beverages.
I'll tell you mine while you think about it.
Okay.
My favorite times of being on the show is... every second that you guys took to tag team up on me.
Well, you gotta take down the host. He's the only backup I had.
To throw me under the bus.
And back that bus up.
And constantly run over me over and over and over again.
I'm gonna miss him so much.
So now...
I have no one in my corner anymore.
It's gonna be very equal. Now you're gonna have a hard time getting away with it.
Oh, in that case, I guess I really do miss the fact that anytime me and you would go off the rails, we'd be arguing or just debating. We'd be going back and forth, and all you would see is him going over there, flailing his arms, going, "Just shut up, guys! So this is what's happening this week. This is what's happening next week. Please, shut up. This is what we are doing." I said, "Shut your mouth. This is what we're doing.
He would flail his arms, and he would always have his cat sit on his lap. If you watch any of the shows,
like a James Bond villain, just like stroking him. Well, Mr. Jrod and Cox, this is what I have in store for you today.
He was fantastic. He was great. So I just want to give a shout out real quick because some phone calls are going to go out real quick to Eccentric.
Yes.
Eccentric, you better be ready to be on here.
Keeping it weird.
Cam, you better be ready to be on here. But moving on, again, Porch Boy, we love you. Son, I love you.
We miss you.
Good work on everything you've done in life.
Real quick, though.
Yeah.
Since you're, like, entering your middle age now, and I'm still fairly a young man at 30.
I was waiting for this.
Yeah. Anytime that we would hang out, it'd be like 10 o'clock at night. We'd finish a show, and I'd be ready to go out and be like, let's go have a few drinks at the bar. Let's go dance. Let's go do something. And I'd look over at you, and you'd just be, like, passed out on the couch. Just, like, dead-ass snoring, passed out. And I look at Q, Quentin, your son, and I'd be like, hey, man, are you ready to go to bed? And he's like, nah, man, we're going out. We're going to go rage.
Well, let's be fair. I would make it. Majority of the time, I would just sleep in the truck.
Half the time, you never made it to the truck. I don't even know how many times me and your son have gone out, or me, your son, and his girlfriend have gone out and partied in, like, downtown Woodstock or Acworth or anything like that. I'm still trying to live up my glory days as a single young man.
There it is. He's still a single young man being the third wheel with Q and his girl.
And you and your wife. Like, I'm always the third wheel. It's okay. Even your wife explained to me the other day, she goes, I am so sorry I'm always around you and Jrod. I'm like, no, actually, we've become a throuple now. I am very happy.
That does not include any sexual activity between
for the radio.
Well, that brings up a good point. Didn't you we did a show where you were on, what was it, a speed dating round?
Oh, God, yeah. So, and somehow you guys set me up. We live, obviously, here in Georgia, but you guys set me up on speed dating in Ohio. Every person that popped up was from Ohio.
Well, now you're getting away from what I'm going to say. Didn't you just do another one last night?
I decided to jump back on a dating website, yeah.
But it worked out well.
Well, I'm talking to a girl.
but that's
beginning stage. I mean, you can I don't know how many times I've been on these things. You talk to them for a few minutes and then poof, disappear.
It's still better than no girl, or you might be getting catfished.
That's highly possible.
It's definitely highly possible. I swear to God, if you're getting catfished, I will put all my due diligence into tracking these people down and finding what penis is catfishing you.
Well, this one there's a little bit of comfort in the fact that we talked, and now it's like we exchanged Snapchats, and now we're actually like talking on Snapchat. And there was a video of her in person. I'm like, okay, you're real. It could be your friend or something, but for right now, I believe you're real.
I believe you too. But I will not let you drag it out longer than it needs to be if it's a possibility of a dude.
It might be, but I'm so lonely, I don't care anymore. Just someone talk to me. Outside of Jrod.
He's my best friend.
Please save me from this.
Well, I think that's a great segue into bringing our guests into the show.
They are best friends.
They are best friends. They're actually really good friends. Now, real quick before we bring them on, we said something outside. Let's go ahead and tell people how we met them. We don't have to name drop the club. We met them at a club.
We were, those of you who don't know me and Jrod, that
anybody
are just tuning in now,
follows Jrod and Cox show knows where we brought it. The whole first show was about where we worked.
Yeah. And
how we met each other.
We've dropped it several times over the past several months, but yes, we met working together at a club, bartending and waiting tables.
Yep. Getting kind of crazy.
That's an understatement.
So we met this crazy duo, and let's go ahead and just take a sec to get them on screen. Let's go ahead and introduce them. Come on in, guys.
Bring it on in.
I call him Thurbers. That's what you're getting called, a Thurber.
That works.
His real name is Jason.
And Melissa.
Yes.
Please. Camera view good? Just take a second. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Jason. This is obviously Melissa.
Wait, it's not the other way around?
Just in case anybody was confused. I've got some dating tips for you.
Gosh darn it.
So you guys are besties of best friends.
Yes.
Now, what is the dynamic of your friendship?
In what sense?
The fact that you're gay and she's straight.
It works out perfectly. No, but we seriously joke if we were two straight girls or two gay guys, we would fight all the time. Because we're like the same person.
Yeah.
So we like the same type of men. Yeah.
So that is the dynamic. Melissa is a straight young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Thurber is a gay male. So it's kind of the same, but not the same.
Right.
Right.
It's like I'm a straight young man and I have a gay older friend.
Right.
That's right.
I love it. That's been my hope ever since I met him. I still have not made it happen.
Wait, what'd you say in the hallway? Do the rest of the show shirtless?
Yes,
is that what I heard?
say that.
So, how did you guys meet?
So we actually met through my husband, who knew her longer than me. And where did we meet? I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember the very first time too.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first night I think that we realized we clicked. We were at
Cocktail Cove.
Oh my
And
God.
danced on a box
yeah.
together to
Oh
Rihanna.
my
To Rihanna.
Yes.
Yeah, come on,
Yes.
boy.
Yeah, come
we were
get it
doing
up,
that.
rude boy.
What age were you in?
That was like 11 years ago.
Yeah. So like early 30s.
Yes.
Oh,
We're the
well,
oldest
yeah.
people on camera. You all know that.
Jared, don't tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
I
Yeah,
was
this was
singing
probably-
28 and 29. That's
Yes,
where my head was at.
Yes, that's what we'll go with. That works for me.
Well, this was probably, I moved to Atlanta in 2010, so this was probably
It was like
a year or two before that,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cocktail Cove, you
Yes.
guys are dancing on a box
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, we've met, but like we were out with
Yeah,
like a group
right.
for her birthday, and yeah, we.
So it
like,
wasn't like
everybody else is ready to go home, and they're like,
Right.
we're too old to be here, and me and Jason are like,
No.
taking
Yeah,
shots.
all-nighters.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Rihanna,
yeah.
yeah.
You can attest to that. Yeah.
we all are. Everybody at this table is an all-night bird.
Right.
Without
You don't
a doubt.
get me started, then ask me to stop at like 1 a.m.
Did you know right off the bat that Thurber was gay?
Yes.
Or did you hit on him?
No, because like he said, he was
Right.
dating my friend. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
there it is.
So I mean, clearly, I think I've become a lot more gay over the years. I think,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
more
like,
comfortable.
Yeah, openly
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
talk about
Wait,
it more.
you're gay?
shocker, right? You can't tell.
I had no idea.
It was before I met him. So his husband is also Jason. When Jason told me about him, he's like, "Oh, I asked this guy on a date to go to a movie, and I think it's a date, but I'm not 100% sure he's gay."
Which is weird, but
Yeah.
I was not out though when I met my husband.
No.
Oh, really?
But
I
he
was not.
obviously picked up on it. He was like, I think this guy's really cute. I feel like
Right.
he's giving me signals. And I asked him to go to a movie with, was it Keith and Kristen?
Yeah, yeah.
But he was like, I'm not sure if like he thinks it's a date or if he thinks
Well,
it's
don't-
a friend thing.
Don't
and-
look, and I could be wrong about this, but being where I used to work, and having a gay brother I grew up with, don't get most gay men find it a challenge to bring out, even if you're not gay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a true statement? Like, are you looking for a challenge to find out if somebody is gay, whether they're gay or not?
I don't know. Like, I think I have a pretty good gaydar in general for most people. Like, there are very few people that confuse me. You know.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Growing up with a gay brother, I mean,
Yeah.
So,
I
on a
knew-
scale of 1 to 10, how much does he confuse you?
Sadly, none. Trust me, as long as I've known him and worked on it.
Okay, well, let's flip that.
He's
question
just
then.
very gay friendly.
I love people in general. All people. All people. So you guys meet, you hang out, you get totally shit-faced together one night at Cocktail Cove.
Yes.
I don't even think we were that drunk. I think we were
No, we're
like,
just the fun
enjoying
people in the
yeah,
crowd, and the
exactly.
music was
Enjoying the
good, and there was a
music,
cube to dance on,
Yeah.
so why not?
Yeah, but I've been to Cocktail Cove.
Yeah.
There's some people out there that don't know about Cocktail
Right.
Cove listening to the show right
It's
now.
closed now, right?
Yeah.
It's been closed for a while. Yeah,
Shortly
yeah.
thereafter, I
Been
feel like,
for
I
a while.
have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
He has no idea what Cocktail Cove is. That was it was a fun spot.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
was.
it called something before?
Yeah, it was.
Like I can't remember.
American Pie.
Yeah, American
That's
Pie.
what it was. Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I've heard of American
I've been
Pie.
there back in the day too.
That was a long.
Yeah, that was before my time in
time
Georgia
ago.
because I don't remember it ever being called that.
So you meet. I want to call him by his nickname, but you're Jason.
Right.
So then, how does it roll after that?
Okay, so I knew it was a date. I don't know why he didn't know that. Because he, like, you've met him too. Like, he's a very.
nervous Nelly
But
sometimes.
he
He comes
Yeah.
off as the straight one.
He does,
Yes.
but
Yes,
he
he
also
does.
like with me and with guys he's interested in. Like he's a very flirty guy. So I knew I could catch little signals. Like because we worked together at a retail store.
Right.
And he was
Which
one of
is
the
very
managers.
gay, by the way.
Yes,
I
exactly.
know what story you're about to tell.
Yeah, and so the stock room was like 2 stories, right? So he'd have to climb ladders,
Right.
And he would always make sure that I was around and that I could like see up his shirt as he was climbing the ladder.
Ooh la
He would
la.
ask me to like help him on his overnight shifts at the store.
Just
Is that-
finding ways to spend
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Is that a turn on for dudes? Because like, look, a guy wants to see. I don't want to be the wrong word. Boobs
Yeah,
Boobs.
at all times.
I
so-
love seeing boobs at all times too.
on a guy.
On a girl.
My man.
I'm talking about
But I'm
talking
talking about you said.
No,
you
like
climb
if
up
you're
the ladder,
standing
make
on
sure
a
you can
ladder,
see-
and
so you can see his shirt.
so he has his shirt on, and it's just kind of
Oh.
raised up
So
a little
it
bit
is
because he's
mid-trip.
yeah,
Mid-trip.
yeah. You got to see the happy,
Came in like
the happy
mid-trip.
trail. If he's showing me the happy trail, I know what's going on.
I didn't know that. See, that's why I asked.
Educated here.
That's why I asked. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but before we forget this, gay men love. I'm just titties. I say titties. I'm sorry. Gay men love titties.
I think that's what we all call them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most people, yeah.
yeah.
If you don't, you're not American.
Right.
I don't think girls call them that. Some girls.
Some girls do. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's the word now. That's not a bad word, is it?
I don't. It's not a bad word.
It's
No.
not a bad word. I'm trying to be socially correct, which I'm very bad
You know
at.
I'm not.
Everybody knows that about
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about me. Okay, so you go on this date.
Yes. Okay, so this is another great part of the story. So it's like my first date with a man ever, okay? I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, what kind of move is he gonna make? And at the end of the night, he hadn't even tried to do anything. So we're sitting on the couch watching Golden Girls. And so I'm the one that had to make the first move, the nervous, never been out on a date with a guy, so I kissed
Right.
him first.
Right.
And then, of course, second date,
There it is.
we're men, so everything else
Yeah.
On
just
that
goes
donkey
very
count.
quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to know,
Right.
if you want to know how gay men work, just go work at any gay club.
Yeah,
Gay men
Yeah.
are the same whether they're straight or gay.
exactly.
Straight to the
Yes.
point.
Yes, if you can get lucky, you're gonna make it happen somewhere or another.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot easier if it's a guy with a guy.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
you
yeah.
both know you-
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up, yes, it is.
Are we doing
So
this
back
or
to the
not?
dating advice.
Oh.
He should go for a guy.
Well,
Oh,
he said he's getting pretty dry over there.
Here we go.
So now, as a girl, were you confused? Did you think you were a lesbian and then found out you were straight, or did you know you were always straight?
No, I always knew I was straight.
All right.
But I always knew I was gay too.
Well,
You grew up in a Southern Baptist household. It's not acceptable to be gay. So I've always known.
okay.
So
So
have you
Go
ever
ahead.
had a heterosexual experience?
Yes, I dated girls until I was like 28 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? You ever had a homosexual experience?
Nope.
So you've never had that experience in common, something outside of your realm.
Yeah, no.
What you enjoy.
We just both like boys.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
you guys
fair
ever
enough.
gotten drunk to the point where you have accidentally stepped over boundaries with each other?
No,
No.
I mean because we're like brother and sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think even
We joke about that. Like,
Yeah.
we're like love each other
Yeah.
like crazy, but like in a brother sister
Right.
kind of way. My mom always says, "Oh, it's too bad Jason's gay." Every time we do something together, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's too bad Jason's gay. I think he's your soulmate." I'm like, "Yeah, but he's like
Right.
my brother,
Yeah.
not like my
Yeah.
lover
Yeah.
soulmate."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
all of my female friends' moms are always like, "Oh, it's too bad Jason's gay," because they're like, "He'd make a perfect husband." Except
both of
that I
our
don't
moms-
like.
Well, you are. You are a gentleman. So what? So between the two of you, and I'm gonna let you go first, Melissa.
Okay.
What is your ideal man?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I feel like my taste is kind of all over the place. I don't think I really have a type. Usually tall, dark, and handsome, I guess, but that has not played out well for me. So here lately, I'm like, I think I just need a good old country boy, like somebody that drives a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody that's not like a ghoster or fishing
Some
or
of us like fishing. I got a truck. I was born in the country. What you doing?
See, you didn't know you were gonna have 2 options tonight, right? Take your pick.
I'll go with that one. You take that one.
He's 4 for 4 over here.
Wow,
Mr. Cox is
okay.
4 for 4.
That's impressive.
And
How you doing?
And he's successful.
I wouldn't say successful.
You're successful. And you're a kind person, a good soul.
Yeah, those are the most important things by far. I think.
Stop.
He's a very, very good person.
Unlike probably a lot of gay men are like stereotyped as being like super judgy on physical appearances. I'm like, I just want somebody to be nice to me, like somebody that's good and you know that.
Yeah.
Is that
I've
the
done
truth?
the dating. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
No,
Like-
okay, so I want to.
And from her friend's perspective, that's my
Before we talk about
as
you
well.
being ideal, man, your ideal man. Because one thing is, you know, like I had said a little bit ago, I'm always been around the gay community here and there.
Yeah.
Very loving community. I've always been very sweet to me. But gay men are very flamboyant.
Mhm.
This is the style of a straight man. This
Right.
is definitely the style of a straight man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
The young lady
I
that
thought I looked delightful.
a young lady that said she would rather go for substance over, what's the word I'm looking for? Substance over,
Looks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what about gay men? Because gay men are flashy.
I think a lot of gay men go for looks over substance, and then that's why their relationships don't last.
Right.
Like, honestly. And, you know, for me, like, yeah, you have to be attracted to somebody for a hookup, but in the long run, you know, it's got to be, like, something way more to
All
keep
right,
you
so then-
keep you there.
What attracted you to your husband, Jason?
I just think he's really cute. And he
So it was
well,
looks.
yeah, but it just, that's how it started. But,
But
like,
it turned out to be something
but it turned
more.
out to be something
It was
more,
more
right? There was more substance, right, than just
Well-
like, oh, superficially he's hot and we're gonna make out and have sex and then do nothing
Well,
else.
the question
Gotcha.
started with, what is your ideal man? So, what is your ideal man? And does he
Exact
fit the
same
mold?
as her.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
it's so funny because my husband physically is not my type. Like, I like tall, dark, and handsome as well.
But in the gay community, isn't it harder? So if say both guys are super good looking, because I see it all the time where it's just real easy for, like we said, men do men things.
Right.
So if it's a man and a man, like a man will just run off and cheat on you, and
Right.
not think twice about it because he's with another man.
Right.
Is that normal, or
Yes.
is that like it
That's
is
a normal thing in the gay community.
Really?
Well, I shouldn't say cheating is a normal thing. Being in open relationships is normal.
Okay.
So
Okay.
when there's
Okay.
honesty behind it,
Right.
that's totally normal. Like me and my husband do that. We have sex with other people. We have sex with other people together.
Right.
You know,
Have you ever been the third person in the bag of fun?
No.
not in our bag of fun. No, definitely not. Right. I was gonna say that would be like triply awkward.
Well, you'll have that sometime.
But I will say that's the one. If there's a con to having a gay best friend, it's learning like so much about how men really are. Like Jason always says, like, oh, men aren't. Like I was in a long distance relationship, a year and a half ago,
Yeah.
and Jason was going, oh, there's no way he's not like sleeping with other women. Like
That's
he
a-
lives in
that's an
Miami, you're
interesting
here.
point.
He's like, there's no way he's not. I'm just telling you, regardless of what he's saying,
Right.
he's having sex with other girls.
So what have you learned about men that just kind of blew your mind? That is kind of a truth.
Yeah, I mean,
Factuality
I
that you
think
didn't think.
I think that like I mean, I grew up also in a Southern Baptist household, and like my dad will tell you, he hasn't been perfect by any means, but I've heard him say multiple times, like, I never cheated on your mom. Like they've been married 44 years, I think, and he's very open about that. So I grew up like expecting that, right? Like, okay, when I get married, like I expect it to be me and him, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying men. You know, you won't find somebody that does that, but it's
Yeah.
not men's nature, right?
Right.
It's
Right.
their nature.
Right.
To
It's
like,
not natural.
They're
Yeah.
hunters.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
You're
Exactly.
gatherers and
Yeah.
you're hunters.
But
Yeah.
I say, okay, I think that's like the compromise you make between being single and being married, I
Yeah.
guess, right? Like you say, and,
Right,
and
yeah.
it's not for everybody.
I mean, I
I'm
think-
sure there are straight couples that have open marriages
Yeah.
too. Like,
Well, and I was going to say, I think being faithful to one person is definitely a choice that you make, right?
Right.
So if you have
Not
a good man
necessarily
that
easy,
wants
yeah.
to make that choice, great. But from a natural standpoint, I don't think it's normal.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I know you really,
That's
really,
right.
really, really well, and so I know like one of the guys that you used to
Right.
have in your relationship.
Right.
I, as a man, could not do that. I could not bring another girl in.
Right.
And be like, hey, this girl is going to be part of our relationship.
Right.
And we're gonna make this thing. She would murder me while I'm sleeping.
Yeah, but what if y'all? What if you agreed on it together? See, that's the difference. So like, it wasn't like I said this was gonna happen or he said this was gonna happen. It was somebody we met as a hookup.
No, he would get murdered for just mentioning it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but that's the difference in the gay world. So if me and my husband are both on Grindr or Scruff and find a cute guy we want to have sex with and bring him over, then that's how it starts. So it wasn't like
sons of bitches.
So you guys are just hunting right next to each other.
We honestly do. We honestly do.
Like he's saying,
I'll be on one side, he'll be on the other, and we'll see who does the best.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
kidding.
It's a competition.
Yeah.
It's a competition.
It is a competition.
It is,
too,
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord.
They'll even like show me the pictures. Like,
Yeah.
okay, which of us got the hotter guy?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you ever get catfished? Because that happens to me all the time.
I honestly have never been. Seriously.
Really?
And again, I think I don't know if it's like straight dating sites because I know tons of girls who have been catfished.
I don't think I've ever really been catfished, but like ghosted.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
somebody maybe either
Well,
you're talking to them
Ghosted
and then,
more than catfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a natural thing for guys. I think they just look
Well,
if a guy
And
if a guy
women.
ghosts you,
Yeah.
it means
Yeah.
he's cheating on somebody else
Right.
with you.
Right.
And he doesn't know how to say goodbye. It doesn't mean he doesn't like you. It doesn't mean that he
Right.
doesn't have feelings for you. He just doesn't know how to walk away without hurting you. So that's where the ghosting comes in. They're like, peace, see ya.
Yeah.
And
That's where you gotta have balls as a man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
right. You're completely
I'm
right
sorry.
about that.
Was it okay to say that?
So, you said titties.
Oh, yeah.
If balls
from
is worse than
experience.
titties. Yeah, I think that's where ghosts, without a doubt. I mean, if a guy ever ghosts you, I don't know a guy that's ever ghosted a chick because he, it's always. I think that scenario.
In online dating, I always think like everybody's talking to multiple people anyway, right? So.
Right.
Most of the time, it'll be somebody you've never been actually met. Like maybe you kind of make
Well,
friends
yeah,
or whatever, or
absolutely.
somebody you went out with once.
So you guys are gonna be on now. See, I can't.
No,
go.
definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
talk like you say. You talk to multiple people. I
Right.
mean, it's a numbers game. You
Yeah.
just gotta throw
Yeah.
them out there. Throw those
Yeah.
swipes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just have a few conversations going. The first one they kind of clicks you out of the
kinda
crowd.
click with, exactly.
You run with that one, and then forget the other 3, 4, 5, however many people you're talking to, because you're like, okay, well, there might be something real here. You don't have time to go back through and be like, hey, sorry, well, I
Are
started
you
talking to
really
this other
having
person.
that many conversations with that many different people at one time?
Yes.
When I initially signed up for online dating, it was like that. It's like when you're a new profile, I don't know if like they just like send you out to more people as a match or what, but it would be like
Even our producer,
overwhelming.
she knows, she's nodding.
Right. But it's the same way even like on the gay like hookup sites where you're not trying to date somebody. It's still a numbers game. You talk
Right.
to 15 people. The
Yeah.
first one that wants to come over and have sex,
And
that's who
because-
gets your attention, and then you go
Yeah.
off the site
Because
and you don't
might
talk to
be
any of the rest
talking
of
to
them.
15 people,
Right.
But that person's talking to 15
Exactly.
people as
It's
well.
just a whole like
Yeah.
pot of people. Exactly.
I will say I met somebody at more than once actually. That both times it blew my mind. They were sitting at a regular bar and one was sitting at the club, and they said they were waiting for somebody to show up. They had I guess met on Tinder, and they were just waiting for them to hook up. They were going to come up there, have a drink, and then go home and have sex. I'm like, that blew my
This is a
mind.
straight couple.
No, it was two different situations.
Oh, gotcha.
But I had never met somebody that was just like, yeah, I'm going to meet somebody at this bar. We're going to have a drink, then we're going to go home and have sex. Like, you already know that you're going to do that?
Wait. Talk about the code words.
You know how
Remember?
many kids I would have?
Do you remember the code words
If
that you
that
and Evan
was-
were talking to that girl about?
Yeah, I don't know if any of that was true.
But it's a funny story talking about that. But
yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Well, he'll hear the story.
Is it a long story?
It's funny. No, not at all.
no, it's a funny story. But
All right, tell the story and
So
we'll close out with
apparently,
that.
I just moved to Vinings, and I won't name drop, but apparently there's a restaurant there that's known for being like a swinger spot, I guess. So I had dinner with a guy friend, a gay guy friend, last week there, and like we heard these people at the bar order a lemon drop, and he's like, "Oh, I think that's the code. Like if you order a lemon drop, that means you're here to swing." And then he was like, "Or if like you go to a house party and you're into swinging, you bring a pineapple." And I
Yeah,
was like,
I've heard
the pineapple.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that.
A lot of people have them on their, like, by their doorbell.
But yeah, on
They'll
the
have, like,
porch.
and that means they're swingers.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
actually
Really?
a neighborhood in Ackworth.
Bridge Mill.
That's Canton. There's another one in Ackworth.
It's
But
like the
apparently
So
they-
there
they
is
put
fun
out
stuff going on
pineapples.
OTP.
Oh, yeah.
These guys.
These
are,
lonely rednecks, man.
Because it's harder to come by up there.
That's true.
Yeah,
They were raised Southern Baptist. They felt a little shelter. And they're like, we need
So they
to
put
get
a
out
pineapple
there.
on their door.
Exactly.
They're everywhere, and then the public Publix right there is known as the pineapple. Like you put a pineapple in your cart or your buggy and you walk around with it. Where the
I've
baby would
heard
sit.
the exact same thing. I thought that was a rumor.
And that's
So it is true about the pineapple.
Yeah,
That's
as far as I
hilarious.
know. Again,
I'm
I've
just gonna
never.
carry a truck
I've-
full of pineapples from
There
now
you go.
on.
And you know what else pineapple's good for? So
If you don't know, it makes your cum taste good.
You just had to
I didn't
say
say that. I didn't say that.
Well, let's go ahead and take a break because when we come back, we're going to go into our last segment of the night, and we have a great game, I think, for the two of you. So please join back with Jrod and Cox, and we're going to enjoy a little bit more time with Thurber and Melissa. We'll be back in a few.
Cool.